Do you want to begin plant-based eating to better your health, but know your loved ones aren't coming along? Your carnivorous spouse and other family members seem happy enough on the standard American or SAD diet, minus their health issues. So you're hesitant to start this transition because no one else around you seems to want to do it too. Should you wait till they're on board or go ahead with this lifestyle change without them? After all, won't it be easier and simpler if everyone in the home is ready for this change? Then you can make this transition together as a family? Let's talk about this today. In this episode, I'll speak to the top 3 underlying worries many have about starting a plant-based diet transition without their families or loved ones. These may be your concerns too. Let's see if and how starting a plant-based diet first might positively impact those around you. Are you ready? Let's go!
Welcome to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. I'm your host, Anna Zinn, plant-based registered dietitian and transition coach. Hi friend, do you want to regain your health with plant-based eating but feel overwhelmed and lost about how to do it? Do you feel it'll be hard to change your meat-heavy diet and impossible with working, running the home, or chasing after the grandkids? If so, you're in the right place. Here you'll find simple strategies, clear nutrition guidance, and practical tips to help you thrive plant-powered with more energy. So if you're ready to ditch the guesswork and transform your health the stress-free way, cozy up now with a hot cup of tea or listen while you walk, and let me show you how doable plant-based eating can be. Let's do this.
There's something on my heart I want to share right now as I'm recording, and it's this. As you know, we only have one life, and the clock is ticking. Yet I sense some of you sitting here listening to this episode are feeling stuck. Stuck in your life circumstances, health diagnoses, feeling paralyzed and unable to make a change because you've lived this way for so long and don't know how to step out of it or away from it. But if that's how you're feeling and where you are, I want to say to you, don't stay there. Your body is waiting for you. Your future self is waiting for you. And whether you believe it or not, your loved ones are silently waiting for you too. Your spouse and kids are wanting a more active quality life with you, one where you can do more things with them, are on less meds, and have less pain. If you have grandkids now or will in the future, they can't wait to spend more time with you. And as a grandma or grandpa with more energy, physical strength, and ability, you'll be able to do more and go more places with them. But if you're sitting there wondering and saying to me, "But how, Anna?" I don't want you to worry about that. I will show you how, and it will be easier than you think. I've helped so many move from where they were, feeling stuck in their health problems, into a confident, empowered, and health-nourishing plant-based diet lifestyle so they can improve their health. I can help you too. Reach out to me at healthnow@plantnourish.com or see the link in the show notes, and let's explore working together. Your future self and life will thank you. I can't wait to connect with you. Now let's talk about family relationships and making this diet change. Tell me, friend, have you recently learned about the benefits of plant-based diets and how it could potentially help transform your health? You're ready to enjoy significantly lower cholesterol levels, get your blood sugars into a decent range, drop some blood pressure meds, and maybe even lose a few pounds. But it seems like no one else in your family wants to make this change. You may currently live with a meat-loving spouse, teenager, or adult child in the home. Or maybe you have young children in the home to look after, or an aged parent living with you. So you're wondering, won't it just be easier to wait till all in the family gets on board first before starting this plant-based diet change? Everything just seems like it would be easier and simpler somehow. Well, I've seen this common concern voiced many times in my own community and sometimes in my own social circle. In fact, I remember previously getting this message from a friend that read, "Hi Anna, you're doing an amazing job making a difference on social media. creating awareness and inspiring us to eat more plant-based. I love the photos you posted and some suggestions. It's definitely challenging because the whole family needs to be on board. Now, I know my friend is not the only one with this worry. That's why I wanted to do this episode, to address this common concern and belief. So here's the million-dollar question. Do you really need to wait for your carnivorous spouse or family to be on board before you start this diet change for yourself? Usually, when a person feels there's a need for the whole family to get on board a lifestyle change, there are three main underlying worries or concerns. Let's look at them now. The first is this. You don't want to spend way more time and effort in the kitchen doing double cooking. I understand. No one wants that. No one wants to stand in the kitchen for hours making two whole separate sets of entrees and sides for a meal, not to mention all the cookware and dishes to wash. Even the thought of that makes me want to cringe. So in one sense, it would be easier if everyone is eating the same way in the home. You could just cook one main entree and 1 to 2 sides and that would be it. But did you know there are actually smart ways to cook if you have two different diets in the home, so you don't have to spend hours in the kitchen prepping and cooking. In fact, it may not even take you a lot more time at all. For example, one smart strategy would be to cook a main entree that's fully plant-based, then take out your portion before adding in any minced meat or other animal-based product to be the rest of the family's dinner. There's no double cooking there. Another strategy to save time in the kitchen is this. It's to know which fast yet tasty plant-based dishes you can make for yourself within 15 to 30 minutes, so it wouldn't take a huge investment in time to make. You could even be cooking this on the side as you're cooking the family's main meal. But there are many, many more smart strategies that you can use without needing to suffer hours in the kitchen double cooking. That's why I've packed the Plant Power Life Transformation course with easy and simple to make plant-based recipes, meal prep strategies, and time-saving prep and cooking hacks as well. It's so that my course students will be able to learn smart ways to save time and energy while moving to this lifestyle and to enjoy the transition, regardless of whether they are making this transition on their own or with family. Here's a possible second big concern. You're worried about acceptance. You're essentially afraid to waste time, money, and effort buying produce and fresh vegetables and fruits and making dishes if your loved ones aren't on board yet. I know what you mean. I hate wasting effort and good food. So it's an acceptance issue. To this, I again want to say, this won't be so much of an issue if you know what smart strategies you can use to integrate nourishing whole plant-based ingredients into meals, so your family gets comfortable seeing them make a regular appearance on the table. And of course, it's also important to provide tasty, crowd-pleasing plant-based recipes that all in the family can enjoy. The good news is this. Once you know smart integration strategies, you can already start working on implementing these strategies in your home meals and dishes without needing to first have everyone be 100% on board with eating fully plant-based yet. This is one of the things I enjoy teaching and working with my clients and students on most. Now here's a third possible concern. It's a support thing. You want everyone on board before starting plant-based eating because you feel you need your family support in making this lifestyle change. If that's how you're feeling, I can understand it. This is a pretty big lifestyle change, especially if you've been used to eating meats and meat-based dishes for at least a few decades. And anything new can be more fun to do together when others are also in the same learning phase. But while having the whole family behind you is a nice thing to have, especially the support of your spouse, it's something we often can't depend on or expect right away. Of course, I've seen instances of couples making this diet change together for health reasons, but they usually form the minority. In most cases, it's usually one spouse first. Think about it. If your spouse has been used to eating a regular diet for a few decades as well, getting them to suddenly want to be 100% plant-based and joyfully embrace this lifestyle change may be a big thing to ask right at the beginning. On the other hand, your spouse is likely to actually feel less pressured, more loved, and more willing to try some aspect of plant based eating if we take away the pressure and expectations placed on them. This is one of the reasons why it may actually be more effective if we focus on ourselves and start making that diet transition first. This way, we can model our enjoyment of plant based foods in front of our family and show the actual benefits of this way of eating on our bodies and health. The results can really speak for themselves. A member of my community, MC, once shared this with me. I had breast cancer, thankfully caught very early. I opted for double mastectomy and changed my diet from a low-carb, high-fat keto diet to a vegan plant-based one. I feel great, and my oncologist can't believe how great my blood work is. She said to keep on doing exactly what I'm doing. My husband had prostate cancer and now has cut his meat intake every other night and has decided to have pretty much what I do now. So far, so good. It's wonderful to see the gradual change in MC's husband over time into a more plant-powered way of eating. And I'm sure that the benefits of this lifestyle change seen in MC's own life was a big influencing factor in this. So today we looked at a common concern often voiced by those sitting on the fence in terms of starting plant-based eating. I need to wait for my carnivorous spouse or family to come on board plant-based eating first before I make a change. And I showed you that instead of waiting, starting a lifestyle change first yourself will actually result in many big benefits to your own health and likely that for your family too. Now here's an action step you can take. Take a good look at your own circumstance and ask yourself why you need the whole family to be on board first before making the change yourself. Know that moving to plant-based eating first yourself doesn't need to involve endless hours of more prep and cooking, mean that your loved ones won't enjoy plant-based dishes, or that you have to go at it alone without any support during this process. Be assured to know that there are many avenues of support you can enjoy when making this plant-based diet transition, even if you have to be the first in your family to begin it. I'll be sharing more on this topic in future episodes, but joining my free Beginners for Plant-Based Diet Success community on Facebook would be one good option. Inside, you'll find an encouraging, supportive community of like-minded people making this diet transition, many also for health reasons. Just go to bit.ly/PB Diet Success or see the link in the show notes. See you there! A better health and a better life is possible through a change in your current way of eating into a plant-powered one. I've seen it enough times from those in my community and also with clients, where one's health and relationships with spouses and children, even adult or teenage children, are often improved through plant-based eating, along with quality of life. But I know it can seem hard to make a big lifestyle change and hard to change one's set ways of eating and habits that have been ingrained for so many years. It's like going into a whole new unfamiliar world of foreign-sounding plant-based ingredients and of having to learn how to cook again without meat. But your transition can be easy and simple. The plant-based meals you make can be tasty, affordable, and flavorful. You just need the right transition strategies, recipes, support, and guidance to make this transition smooth and enjoyable for your particular situation. But when you take that first step forward, your body and your health will thank you. There's no price tag that can be put on good health, of having a better quality of life, of being able to sit on the floor with your grandkids or run in the yard with them, or even just being now able to get easily from the bedroom to the bathroom without being in pain or needing to use a walker, or of having that worry and burden lifted because you no longer have to move, since you can now get up and down the stairs in your home without pain. Let's take that first step towards health together. Reach out to me at healthnow@plantnourish.com or apply for a risk-free rapid health transformation call with me using the link in the show notes. Let's connect so I can look at your current situation, better understand the specific challenges you may have around plant-based eating, and provide suggestions on what I think the next best steps would be. Let's get you unstuck so you can move forward and truly enjoy life in your remaining years. I can't wait to hear from you and start on your journey towards optimal health and wellness together.
Thank you for listening to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. If this podcast has helped you, please rate and leave a written review on the Apple Podcast app or iTunes to let me know. Nothing will lift me up more than to read your review and see how this podcast has made a difference in your life. I also pick reviews to read on this show, so your review could be one of them. Come connect with me in my free Facebook community group, Beginners for Plant-Based Diet Success. Just go to bit.ly/PB Diet Success. That's bit.ly/PB Diet Success. You can also subscribe and follow this podcast to get notified when a new episode goes live. Signing off now, this is Anna, and I wish you the best health always.